Okay, I create a new form and then I drag and drop the label over it. I give it the name called car price, and then I will drag and drop the text box over here. I'll give it an ID. Okay, this apparently has not written car price. Okay, and then a button. Drag and drop the button and give it a name. Convert to installments. So now the idea is the user will enter the car price and you will display 3.5 years of installments. Why I'm taking 3.5 years? Just to show you how you do double calculation. In 3 years, only 36 months. Maybe the result is whole number. So we are looking for double numbers, the decimal numbers now. So we have a text box. Let's give it a name quickly. Price txt, and that's all. So we have a label, we have a text box and a button. Let's now click on the button and create the functionality. First of all, I need to do what? When I click on the button? I need to convert the value to integer, right? But the value of the car price may be in double also. So some cars, maybe Ferrari, etc., all of these are actually in millions, but millions still come in integers. Let's take integer. We don't need to go too long. So int car price is equal to price txt dot text. And another way of parsing now is, let me show you. In it was integer dot or int dot parse. Yes, int dot parse this. If you do this, this is another way of conversion. Convert string to int. So this is my comment I just wrote over this. After double slash, double forward slash, whatever you write is disregarded by the compiler and it is taken as a comment. So my car price is now an integer form, and now what I need to do is a calculation to get the monthly installments for 3.5 years. How many is the installments for 3.5 years? Let's find out. Int number of installments is equal to 3.5 multiplied by 12. Number of installments 3.5 multiplied by 12. When I do this, I get an error. See, it says your equation has an error. It says represents a double precision floating point number. 3.5 multiplied by 12 is what? It is 42. It is integer. But the compiler does not know what calculation I want to do. So it says there is points based calculation, there may be some information loss. So either I change, listen, this is very important. Either I change this to double, then this compiler will have no problem. No complaints here. You see, this is an underline only to show that I'm not using this anymore anywhere. This is not an error. Only red is an error. So let me show this to you again. I have an int over here. The compiler complains. See, says you have 3.5 multiplied by 12. This compiler does not know right now what is the calculation I am doing, because it has not done the calculation. It is in my mind 3.5 multiplied by 12 is 42. What this compiler is worried about now, the program, it is telling me your result may be in points 42.5794 whatever, and I will lose it. So if I don't want to lose it, I change this from int to float or double or decimal. This is one way. Or another way is, if I want to make to have this an int, I do this typecasting int. everything in a bracket. This will do typecasting. Change everything to integer. See, again, look at your PowerPoint slides. This is actually changing everything. If you want to change x to double, you put a bracket before it. It will change it to whatever format you want it to. This is called typecasting, but this also is actually sometimes optional, sometimes it is necessary. In this case, this is necessary that I use this typecasting. This is typecasting to change double to int. You understand this concept? What is happening is, when I did 3.5 into 12, it saw there is a double over here. If you remember from our explanation, there is a double and this is an integer. Now, if I don't do this, it will bring the whole equations type to double, right? And it says your results are in double and you want it to int, to be stored in int. This is not possible. Either you convert it, or you do typecast, or you change this to double. We have many options. So first is this option, number of installments is double, or the second option is this. The second sensible option is you change the results to int, and these brackets put everything you want to change to int in brackets, or since this is the only thing on the right, then you can ignore putting the brackets over here also. But when you put int like this and you put it under brackets, it means change the results after doing calculation to int. This is called typecasting. Typecasting. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do now, since I have my number of installments, why did I store the number of installments in int? Can anybody guess? Why did I store the number of installments in int? This is number of installments, not the amount of installment. Amount of installment is 2045.55789. That is the amount of installment. This is not, this one number of installments is how many installments? 41 months, 42 months, 50 months, 60 months. How many months? The months cannot be in point, right? You have to give installments every month. In 1 month or 2 months or 6 months or 12 months, 18 months. If it's 3 years, then 36 months. If it's 4-year installment, then 48 months. Okay. So the installments have to be in a once per month. It cannot be integer. It is always a whole number. It cannot be a decimal, sorry. It is always an integer, which is a whole number. So your months are always integer, which is a whole number. This is why I did this typecasting to int. Now, when I calculate installment, that can be a double, that can be a decimal, right? Your installment. See, now I will do this. I have car price, and now I have this int installment amount is equal to car price divided by number of installments. Here I will get the monthly installment I have to give. The user has to give the monthly installment. The monthly installment I have now. Now notice both of this price and installment is an integer. It does not complain. But I will lose some points over here. Because let's say 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, right? 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. If you do, both of them are integer and you divide, there is no complaint. But if you store this in double, If you store this in double, then you can see the point values, the point results. So now let's add up and create a message box. So I will create a message and then I will give it to the message box. String message is something like this: your car price, your car price. And now I will do formatting. Formatting. Your car price dot to string, and I did this C. Now if you want to go to next line and you still don't want to finish it by this, then you can just enter and you can continue the same line. Unless you write this, the line will not stop. Okay, so your car price, and since we are joining string, don't forget to write plus your car price, this formatted string, and then plus is in double quotes because the string is continuing, is now converted to 3.5 years installment of how much? This amount. Installment amount dot to string, and again currency. Okay, monthly. That's all. And now you can put this semicolon. Now the line will end, because over in all these three lines there is only once this terminator. This is the line terminator. It tells when the line finishes. Okay, so there is only one terminator in these three lines, so the line only finishes up till here. The next thing you want to do is just print message box dot show message and save. That's all. Now let me run this and I'll show this to you. How does this work? Car price 100,000. Convert to installments. Okay. Your car price AED 100,000. You see this formatting? The currency formatting 100, comma 000 dot 00. So this is formatting. Is now converted to 3.5 years of installment of 2,777.00 monthly. So now I have a double value, but you see there is something which I lost. I lost something over here. 100,000 divided by 3.5 years is 42 months. Should be how much? See, look at this calculator. 100,000 divided by 3.5 years is 42 months. Should be how much? 42 months. Should be 2380. 100,000 divided by 42, but what I'm getting here is 2,777. So there is something wrong I'm doing. I'm missing something. I'm missing something, and this is car price is what? Integer. Number of installments is what? Also integer. So I have to make sure that I convert all of this to double. I want to do double here, and and I also want to put brackets over here. So now when I put brackets over here, it will convert all of this to integer after multiplication. But if I don't do this, now notice this is very interesting. If I don't do this, it will only convert 3.5 to integer, which is 3, and multiply it to 12, 36. I don't want that. I want the whole equation to be multiplied first and then give me the integer. So let's save this and run this again. All I did was I converted the equation from integer to double through this typecasting. Now let's do the same values: 100, 1000, convert to installments. Now I get something like this: 2